Annyeong, this is Liam in for Bear, 150 books, 2,250 chapters. Claude helped write them, humans edited them. Some passages may echo canonical sources, not because anyone copied, but because the model reproduced. How do you check that at scale? It turns out the answer is not plagiarism detection. The problem isn't the one you think. A chapter on the second law of thermodynamics, drafted in seconds, edited by a human who wasn't looking for echo. The text is fine. The question is whether it repeats phrases from texts the model overfit on. You didn't copy anything. The model did, and a standard checker won't find it. Before digital indexes, a library cataloged by occurrence, every word of every book sorted, every match landing adjacent in the same drawer. One drawer, one lookup, every copy surfaces. Hold this image. The whole cabinet, every text, every span, every position indexed by where it appears, sorted. One lookup finds every copy. The point is the structure, not the text. 2,250 chapters. That is the number that causes the anxiety. Not one file, not a handful, but a catalog of books. Everyone drafted by a model trained on the literature it summarizes. Standard plagiarism detection assumes an adversary, someone who copied and may hide the copy. Strip that assumption. Nobody copied. The model reproduced phrases from texts it overfit on. There is no intent to detect, there is only signal to find. It also assumes the source is unknown, hence a crawled index of the entire web. Strip that too. You know exactly which canonical texts are overrepresented in your domain. The source is not unknown, it is sitting in a folder. The obvious tool is the wrong tool. If you look for an open-source plagiarism checker, you will find one. The category is mature and solved. Someone built a free version of the commercial product. The reasoning is sympathetic. It is the wrong shape for this problem. The commercial product's value is not the comparison algorithm. It is the crawl, a database of hundreds of millions of documents assembled over decades. The algorithm is commodity. The index is the moat. You do not need the moat. You know your sources. The tool at the top of every search uses a programming language lexer. It tokenizes text the way a compiler tokenizes source code. Every threshold it sets is in characters of syntax. Point it at English prose, and you are treating a sentence as a function definition. That mental model, the photocopier, the literal duplicate, is the one everyone carries into this. It is the wrong picture. The problem here is not copying. It is resemblance between a generated text and a source the generator overfit on. The other tool that surfaces in every search runs as a submission service on a remote server, not locally. You need a process that runs on your own data, under your own control, without sending chapters anywhere. The category is real, mature, and aimed at a different problem. It assumes an adversary and an unknown source. You have neither. These tools are not wrong, they are aimed at a different target. The field that already solved it. Every lab that built a training corpus had to find near verbatim overlap across enormous text before they could remove it. They solved this problem in the open, with fast tools designed for exactly this shape. Those tools still exist. The structure is a suffix array. Every position in your text, every starting point is sorted. Repeated substrings fall adjacent, the same way matching index cards land in the same drawer. One sweep finds every duplicate span in the corpus. The matching threshold, around 15 words, long enough that a match is not a coincidence. A span of 15 words is not an accident, short enough to catch passages before they grow into paragraphs. You set the floor, the structure does the work. Deduplication removes repeated text going into a training set. Run the same structure at a known reference corpus and it finds repeated text coming out of a drafted corpus. The mechanism is identical. The direction is reversed. That is the reframe. Fixed phrases have always existed in every written discipline, the identical introductory sentence, the canonical definition, the formulation that has no better version. A reader does not mistake them for plagiarism. A threshold does not either if you set it right. The question is not whether the match exists, it is whether the match is a fixed phrase or a lifted passage. You make that call. The tool surfaces the span, you read it. Your corpus is 68 megabytes. The tooling was built for what the researchers called their small case, 10 gigabytes, 148 times your size. Their large case required 96 processors and 600 gigabytes of memory. You have a laptop. Implementations exist today, current examples of this mechanism. The suffix array, the shingle hash, the filter. The names will change, the mechanism will not. Use whatever fits your setup. All of them were built for 4 orders of magnitude more text than you have. What it catches and what it can't. A clean report does not prove no leakage. It proves no leakage against the corpus you checked against. Everything outside that corpus is invisible to the tool. The result is only as good as what you put in the reference set. Visualize it. The reference set is a lit region. A match fires inside it. Everything outside is dark. The hallmark cancer biology review, not in the set, not found. Curation is the whole game. There is residue that stays human. The match points you to a passage. You read it. You decide whether it is a fixed phrase or something that should not be there. The tool surfaces. The judgment is yours. A match is not a verdict. Some phrases have no better version, the definition that every thermodynamics textbook has used for a century. The tool surfaces it. That is correct. Reading it and deciding it is fine is also correct. The split we keep arriving at, the machine finds the span deterministically at scale. The human reads the span and decides what it means. Neither replaces the other. The tool without the judgment is noise. The judgment without the tool is not possible at this scale. One thing none of these tools find, a text that reproduces the shape of a canonical explanation, its ordering what it defers in entirely different words. No span matches, the structure matches. That is human review, and it does not scale. One desk, one manuscript. You read it against what you know the domain's canonical explanation looks like. It does not scale. Saying otherwise is the dishonest version of this conversation. Let's recap with Claude. Not plagiarism detection, did up run backwards against a known reference set. Your corpus is 68 megabytes. The tooling was provisioned for data 150 times larger. A clean report proves nothing about sources you didn't include. Curation is the whole game. The structural echo, same shape, different words, is invisible to any tool on this list. That residue stays human. Your turn. Here is the prompt in full. Pick the 5 texts your field would be most embarrassed to echo. Put them in a folder. Run an exact substring match at a 12-word threshold against everything you've drafted. Read every hit yourself. That last instruction is not a formality. The hit is not the verdict. You are the verdict. Checked against what? Liam in forbear.